So one of the saddest things that I've had to witness is the slow decline and death of the Xbox brand. Not just the brand itself, but mainly the consoles, the franchises they have, and everything surrounding Xbox as a whole is just dying in front of my eyes. And I think today I can officially say that Xbox is dead, because this is just absolutely insane what I saw. There's a Twitter account, Shinobi602. He studies the games industry and, reports on it. And he said that the PS5 is the best-selling console during Black Friday week in the US, accounting for 47% of the hardware sales. That's not shocking, because the PS5 was on a pretty big sale. The PS5 is the most popular high-end console, and they had great sales. The Nintendo Switch 2 ranked second, which again, they didn't really have that many great sales, so I'm not surprised that it came in second. I think if they had a deeper sale, it would have beaten out the PS5, but that's not shocking. And what you would imagine is that the Xbox would come in third. It's like the participation trophy. No, a console called the NEX Playground came in third. Yes, you get that right. Xbox is not even the third best-selling console anymore. And he clarified, for those wondering, the NEX Playground is a mini console for families and kids going for $250. Do you realize how pathetic and sad this is? And this is not even accounting that the Steam machine is going to be coming onto the market soon, which again, I think they're only going to sell it on Steam, so it's not going to hit mass market appeal. But with all these new options, who is going to pick Xbox? Seeing the NEX Playground outsell the Xbox, of all things, is just so baffling to me. This is the same company that had the original Xbox and the Xbox 360, two of the greatest consoles ever made. The 360 is my second favorite game console of all time behind the PlayStation 2. And seeing the state that this company is in is just so sad. And obviously this has been writing on the wall for years at this point, pretty much since the launch of the Xbox One 10 years ago at this point, or whatever the hell it was. It launched in 2013, 11 years ago almost. It's just been slowly happening, and it started with the degradation. I said that wrong. It started with the decline of the franchises that Xbox is known for. Halo, hopefully the game you're seeing now is good, the Halo Combat Evolved remake. I have some hype for it, but Halo, my favorite franchise of all time, utterly destroyed under the watch of 343 and Microsoft as a whole, and Phil Spencer. I don't know how the hell this guy has a job still. You took one of the most legendary franchises in gaming, one of the most important franchises in FPS history, that and Doom, in my opinion. This Halo made FPS games popular and possible on console, and they've destroyed it. They have a ravenous fan base that still loves Halo. Lowest point it's ever been. Gears of War, destroyed. Forza, milked to death. Then you look at the things they've purchased. Bethesda, Starfield sucked. Everything they released. Diablo 4 is a failure compared to the other ones. Everything they touch turns to rubble and is destroyed. Even Call of Duty, which I feel like it's impossible to fuck up Call of Duty, is hitting the lowest points that I've ever seen the franchise hit. And this is coming from someone who likes Black Ops 7. I enjoy the multiplayer, but the single player is absolutely pathetic. I don't really play the campaign for Call of Duty. I haven't in a long time, since the 360 probably. I'm a multiplayer only person, but seeing the quality of this is pathetic. Even Call of Duty, the unsinkable ship, is sinking under Microsoft's watch. So it's not only have they destroyed the franchises, they've raised the prices to ungodly levels for each of the consoles, which is the point where you look at it and say, why the fuck would I buy this? And then you couple that with the fact that they release everything on all the consoles and PC. PC's day one, so I'm never going to buy an Xbox again because I play on PC predominantly. And then if you have a PlayStation, they're releasing games left and right looking for at launch, like Halo is coming to PS5. What is the purpose of buying an Xbox over a PS5? There is none. I could not look at someone and say, get an Xbox. Because I'll tell you what, Game Pass is not a good enough value. If anything, I've said this, when they launched Game Pass, it was a great price. And you know what? You don't own your games or whatever. You're renting them. I know some people like to say buying digital games is still renting games, but, you know, it's still not the same thing as buying a digital game or a physical game. So you rent the game, and for the price at the time, it was good. But Game Pass is astronomically expensive now. There's all these bullshit tiers, and they have to make games. I feel like that's stunting the possibility of these games because they don't want to put too much money in it because they know no one's going to buy it. They're just going to rent it on Game Pass for a month and then cancel their subscription. So you're seeing the game's quality lower, and it's pretty much just like putting slop onto a trough for all the Game Pass subscribers. And I cannot stand to see all these franchises and this brand that I used to love fall to this level. It is insane to me that a NEX Playground, that one of the big three console manufacturers, was not in the top 3 sales for Black Friday. That is abysmal. Microsoft leadership should be looking at this and saying we need to fire Phil Spencer. I don't know what the fuck is going on, how that guy still has a job. He must have dirt on everyone high up at Microsoft to be able to do this. I have not seen a company or a brand diminished so much in such a little time. Like, I think Xbox, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the final nail in the coffin. Who the fuck is going to buy an Xbox at this point? There's literally zero reason to own this console. The leadership does nothing but lie to you 24/7. You can't believe a thing that comes out of their mouth. It is just such a pathetic thing. And seeing this company and this brand fall so low as to sell less than the NEX Playground is just fitting at this point. And I think we're officially in a time where this is just a 2-console race now, with PlayStation and Nintendo, and PC gaming just going to get more and more popular with the adoption of more people buying PCs, the Steam machine, and the Steam Deck, and these handheld PC things. But it's just crazy. I had to make a video on this because that blew my mind. I'm not someone who follows the game industry all that serious, but seeing Xbox come in 4th place on Black Friday is baffling to me. They are going out so sad. Even Sega at least went out with dignity. Xbox is going out with a whimper.